and that it's off. So let's go to our mat, and I suggest that you place a blanket down. And we are going to start from child's pose. Child's pose is when we fold forward and release the forehead. Not that it's necessarily available to everyone at all times. So if that's the case, you can simply sit on a chair and fold forward. Option one. You can choose for a second to lie down and pull the knees in. Okay? Or just experiment with sitting down and slowly releasing the hips over your feet. So you choose wherever you are today, and saying internally that is for today. It's not for tomorrow, it's not for yesterday. This is how I feel at this moment. And then I find my child's pose. So I'm keep giving you ideas. You can place the hands underneath the forehead. You can place the fists underneath the forehead. Knees can be slightly opened so the ribs are resting on the inner thighs. And release the head down. Relax your jaw and chin. Relax your face. Relax your forehead, the shoulders. Staying with whatever is possible for you this morning, or even whenever you do this practice. Just breathing softly and enjoying it. Oh. Please extend your arms out to the front, place the fingertips down, press the fingertips to the floor if you are in child's pose. If you are on your back, please come back up to all four position, or if you are in a chair, lower yourself down to all four. Look up towards your hands and come back up to all four, placing the hands underneath the shoulders, readjusting the legs, and let's stretch one leg back softly. And then the other leg is just that feel-good movement. Pressing the fingers and palms into the floor and circling the head to one direction. Softly. And to the other direction softly. Long neck. And then we circle the ribs to one direction. It's when the rib cage moves down, one side, up, and to the other side. Keep pressing the fingers to the floor, breathing, and let's move to the other circle, other direction. Moving gently. And then back to center. Round your spine like a cat, tailbone and head moves down. And arch your spine and take the head and the tailbone up towards the sky. And we are going to move back towards our heels with the cat pose. So round your spine and keep maybe just the fingertips and maybe the palms. Pulling down the hips, not sitting down, just reaching towards the heels. Then come back up. And lift and reach your sternum, the middle of the chest forward. And again, round. Tuck your chin, relax the tension from the shoulders and the back of the neck. And coming forward. And one more time, round. And forward. Back to center and hips. This time, hip and head moves towards each other, to the side, and then to the other side. waking up the body a little bit. Waking up the body. One more time to each side. Back to center. Sitting down to child's pose. And moving the arms to the left side, reaching the right arm toward the left diagonal, lowering the forehead down as far as it feels right for you, and experience the stretch along the right side. The stretch somewhere starts from the right buttocks, hips, moves through the ribs, relaxes the neck. Breathe into the sensation. Then come back to center and move to the other side, extending through the left arm. Reaching through. Should feel good, guys. Should feel like a release, a real release on the side. But then come back to center. Okay, let's come up to all four. And then step your right foot outside of the right hand and coming forward to low lunge. So the hands can be inside the right leg, the right knee softly moves towards the right arm, and the balls of the foot and the heel presses to the floor, and the chest, the sternum moves forward, and we enjoy a beautiful deep stretch along the left front of the left hip. And let's move it back. Take the right knee back behind you. Move the hands a teeny tiny bit to the right and swing slowly the left leg around and forward. Coming forward, place the hands, keep the hands front of you. The left knee presses into the left upper arm somewhere, pressing the balls of the foot and the heel down and reaching through the heart. Breathing. Extending. And please reach back. Take the knee back. And let's sit back slowly. And we are going to be done in a second, in a few moments. So let's sit down to our mat, blanket. Release the legs out to the front. Softly love your knees. Especially if you have knee trouble, then that could be a daily practice to just softly move the hands around the knee while you express all your love to your knee. So it's the very opposite what we do normally, that we scold at the part of our body that doesn't work. At least, that's the first reaction from me. And then I remind myself, oh no, actually that part signals something, so let's start loving instead of hating that part, okay? And let's place the soles of the feet together, all right? Bring the feet in as close to you as the knees allow. Move yourself from one sit bone to the other. And you can also place the hands down to the floor if that's more helpful to you, and moving the head from side to side. So I'm doing a waving movement. You might just simply do a little slow movement, okay? And the other side. So keep moving and breathing. And back to center. And extend your legs out to the side. Actually, today we extend both legs out to the side to any comfortable open position. And we are going to walk the hands forward till the hip. Breathe. Get to our edges where the body says, maybe the body says that your edge is here this morning. Please welcome it. So what would happen if the conversation in our lives would be inquiring to see what is happening? instead of wanting to see certain things as we think that is the best for us. Do you get this concept? I'm still practicing it. So yoga asanas are a beautiful way to just get into towards the edge and see, so what do you reveal for me this morning, this evening? And if you're doing this practice for the evening and extremely flexible, you just move all the way down, okay? So please don't stop yourself. It's morning here, and that's where I feel that I love this edge. Okay? And please walk your hands back. Let's bring the knees in all the way. Extend your legs out. And as usual, we give a little just release to the legs. Then bend your right knee. Either cross the right foot over the left leg if it doesn't bother the right knee whatsoever, or keep it here. Then hug your right leg with your left arm. Sit up tall. That's a challenge to sit back to the sit bones. All right, and twist to the right. So if your practice is on the chair, you put your feet down to the floor and you simply twist to the right. And that's it. You don't have to cross, nothing. You just twist to the right. Breathing, extending, relaxing the shoulders away from the head. And back to neutral. Extending the right leg out. Bending the left knee. Taking a fresh paper in front of us. Let's see how that feels this morning or this evening. How that feels. Now you decide which one you go with, and then hold with the hand or with the arm. Extend, place your hands behind you and twist. And we breathe. And please release back. And extend your leg out. Softly fold over your legs just a little bit. Maybe for you the best is if you bend your knees and softly fold over, forward. Okay, that's a very valid option actually. Rounding the spine. And then please come back up to a seat. And let's make ourselves ready for sitting for 17 minutes today. And taking everything that you need for that. You know me, those of you who have been practicing with me, I like to put a sweater on and my shawl to feel nice, comfortable, and warm, and not to catch myself freezing after a certain amount of time. I also like to sit on something. First of all, it's much easier for my body, and it's morning time, so I apologize, but if you follow Ayurveda, that each morning you cleanse your nostrils and use oil and to clean it. So, sitting up top, sitting back to your sit bones. The more weight, any comfortable seat, cross-legged, knees next to you, and find a way that you don't pay too much attention on how you are sitting right now. Okay, it's just, it's okay, it's fine. I feel good. Go for the feel good. And please, 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 if you need to change. All right, I might just change at some point. So sitting up top. And the repetition in our practice, Once we established our seat and we feel the length through our whole spine, we look around in our space where we sit and we note what we are surrounded with. We take a note simply. This is a heater, this is a light, lamp, and whatever you see. And then we come back to our center and keep your chest softly lifted. And if it's too difficult to close your eyes, please don't. Just lower your eyelids down. If it's fine with you and with your nervous system, please close your eyes. And again, we ground ourselves with stepping into all 5 sensations. The physical ones, which is first we experience the touch. The feeling between the body and the ground, between the hands and the legs, the clothes, feeling the cold or the warmth on our skin that is not covered with clothes. Then we pay attention to the sounds around you, around us, any sound. From outside, from inside. And just like before in our practice, we practice everything that, bird, crackling sound, hear, whatever you hear, just note as is. This practice allows us to withdraw from jumping into the duality of I like, I dislike, which would be, by the way, the most normal thing that a human can do. Then we come to the smell. Or if it's not there is no particular smell for you, then tap into the 2 nostrils, right and left, how it feels. The cold air, the warm air, the right or the left nostril is stronger or just more open, not stronger, more open. And then the eyesight, closed eyelids. Maybe we see some forms or shapes, or just darkness. And we come to the mouth and we experience the taste in the mouth. And for today's practice, if you are doing this practice in the morning hour or middle of the day and you need energy, after this practice you just start your day or continue, then please turn your palms up towards the ceiling. Fold your index finger in and gently cover the nail on the index fingers with your thumbs. If you practice with me in the evening hours and you are just about to go to bed and start relaxing, you turn that hand gesture down towards the earth and rest your hands on your laps. So for the morning, the palms face to the ceiling. For the evening, the palms facing you. And then we continue. And today we spend a little time with the hands, how I feel, what I feel in my hands as I hold the mudra. The pressure, the sensation between the cloth and the skin, the form, the shape of the mudra, anything. I give myself a note that if this practice would reveal way too much for me, and I have a hard time dealing with actually the thoughts that arise, the visions, pictures, I come back to this feeling of this is the mudra that I hold, and I feel my body sitting on the floor or on the chair. So, and then we actually, one part of us will be connected to this hand gesture, and the other part of our attention will move to the breath. Now that you spent a few moments observing your breath as it is at this moment, softly invite just a touch more time spending with the inhale, just a little bit longer inhale and exhale. And it still feels comfortable. I check in with my jaw and tongue and neck to make sure that all those remain soft and relaxed. And then we continue practicing what we have started, noticing the very end of the inhalation and taking a note that I pause. Like everything pauses for a second. And I notice that very second, and after I just simply exhale. Keep inquiring that how it feels to stop the time as we know it and step into this 1 second of moment experience. And it could happen that it feels so delicious to stay with that moment that you're just gonna naturally create more space for that very moment. And it feel longer. Then we introduce ourselves another focus point in the last few days. That was the light in the center of our heart. And I invited you to stay with the heart that you would consider at this moment that this is your heart center. Physical heart, spiritual heart, center of the chest, fourth chakra. Just take your awareness there and rest your awareness there. And then we visualize a little light in the center of that heart. And this light is going to get bigger and larger and lighting up everything in us, around us. It surrounds us. And the warmth of that tiny light, it goes everywhere, to the limbs, to the fingers, to the feet. And it's just warm enough that we feel good. It's not overwhelming at all. It's not too hot. It's just right. So just like every day, we are sitting longer and longer, a little longer in each meditation in silence. I invite you to bring your awareness to wherever you feel like you feel comfortable focusing on. The mudra in your hands, the breath, the light in the heart, anything that feels that it's calling your awareness for 6 minutes or so in silence. very softly. Please change your posture, extending the legs out, moving the feet. You can keep your eyes closed, the body still relaxing into this quietness. Just letting a little blood flow through the legs. And bend your legs maybe again, or just keep it up to make it feel safer and better. Sit up tall, place your hands together at your heart, and gently bow that forward. As much as we don't seem to like change, we are aiming for shifts in our lives naturally. And for those shifts, we need honesty. For honesty, we need to know what really happened and is happening with us, to us. And the first step to recognizing and strengthening ourselves is with gratitude. We send out our gratitude towards what we have at this very moment. And we gather the strength from the simple fact maybe that we can sit together. We have the resources, the time, the willingness to come and practice. And then we know how many teachers and guides and ancestors and loved ones have helped us to come to this moment. And we thank them for their guidance. We name them. And then we know many beings who are not as blessed as we are at this moment. From the bottom of our hearts, we send these beings the metta prayer. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be content. And our request together, may I see the truth. May I speak the truth. May I feel it. Thank you.